actually 14, because the final race of 2010, Sebastian Vettel was on pole, and he may have even had one before then. So it's going to be a Red Bull on pole going on full, and I don't see Suzuka being too different. But hopefully someone like Alonso will split Red Bulls, or even Hamilton. He could easily be up there again. Vettel had a very comfortable, easy, cruising victory. I think he possibly led every lap. So I'm putting him down for the win. And first of all, so I'll do my ideal predictions and forecast after I do my likely predictions. Genuine predictions then. Sebastian Vettel win. I think the Red Bull is good around there. Has a lot of infield twisting corner sections. Straight line speed isn't actually much of an issue. There is the straight before the 130R, but of course then there's the 130R. If the Red Bull's handling well, then I think 130R is typically quite flat out anyway. I think the Red Bull will handle that better than most of the cars, so that will cancel any disadvantage on the straight out if they're lacking straight line speed. Spoon as a handling corner, I think the Red Bull is very well suited to the circuit. So I'm predicting a 1-2 Red Bull, with Mott win the second. And then I think between Lewis Hamilton, Jensen and Alonso, it'll be very hard fought for the next three places, as has been the case all season. Because barring retirement and disaster, I think the top six cars will finish in the top six. It's been the case all season. Felipe Massa will be on for a sixth place finish. Maybe he'll qualify slightly further up and have a bad pit stop, as is usually the case. He'll battle with Rosberg and ultimately win the little duel and finish sixth. So I'm thinking, let's say Hamilton third, Alonso fourth, Jensen fifth. He is a fan of the Suzuka circuit, according to the recent interview, and why not? It's an excellent track. I think the top six will be the championship top six, more or less. There is obviously a battle for second in the championship, but I don't think that will be decided until the final race. It really is quite close, so they're all taking points off each other, which is why Sebastian has had such a lead. I'm not sure. Let's say Hamilton third, Alonso fourth, Jensen fifth, Massa sixth. Rosberg best of the rest, usual. Mercedes has been on increasingly good form. Michael Schumacher with a couple of very good results. Rosberg hasn't had much luck recently. I think and he's looking good for Singapore after a good decent qualifying, so I think seventh for Rosberg. Rest of the top 10, I think it's always a bit tough. Renault have completely gone off form recently. They've not upgraded their car in the last few races and they've fallen behind the competition. Sauber have gone off the boil. Williams is on an upward turn of speed. Force India, I'm not sure. But let's say that in 8th place, yeah, I think Michael Schumacher could finish 8th. He had a point finish last year. Rosberg retired, unfortunately, but Michael had a decent showing here. I think he's won Suzuka maybe 5 times, Michael Schumacher, so he knows at least 3 or 4. So he knows how to win. He knows how to win around most track. He knows how to win around Suzuka. It's a good track for him, and I think, barring a mechanical problem or another poor qualifying, I think he will follow Nico Rosberg quite closely home. In 9th and 10th. I'm going to say, as has been the form of recent races, Jaime Aldiswari is an absolute beast of a driver. I think he's a great young talent. I think he is. He wouldn't be classified as a rookie because it's not his first season, but he's I think the best young driver around, if you don't count Sebastian Vettel. I think Aldaswari will get at least 1 point. He's outscoring his teammate Buemi. He's getting into the points from miles down the grid. He hasn't really been good at qualifying. But I endorse him to be a real future star. I think he's got the goods. He came out in the press recently and said that he was disappointed that Mark Webber was given an extended deal, another year on his contract to drive for Red Bull, because he felt that possibly he might have deserved an opportunity to drive for Red Bull. And maybe that will happen. Drives for Toro Rosso Racing, the sort of feeder team for Red Bull. Could happen. But I think he'll stay where he is for the time being. He's been getting some decent points, very good run. He drove from towards the back, but 18th on the grid. In Monza to finish 7th, I think he'll have a similarly decent result in Suzuka. He may qualify badly, but ultimately might just get a point in 10th. In 10th, let's say. So 9th, I think Bruno Senna's had a very good run. Qualified Petrov in Singapore, points in Monza, qualified well at Spa. Great opportunity for him. It's difficult in his position though, because first of all he was a test driver for the start of the year. Nick Heidfeld has been replaced. Quick Nick Heidfeld has been ousted out of the team, possibly for sponsorship reasons, because I thought he drove well. So Bruno Senna comes into the team from a test driving position and joins Petrov, who is contracted for next year. So that's 1 seat gone, no matter how poorly Petrov is driving right now, in my opinion. He is driving quite poorly. The other possibly vacant seat at Renault relies on Robert Kubica, currently injured in a rallying accident and is now recovering, having missed most of the season. Robert Kubica will probably return to the cockpit next year in the Renault. And when does that leave Bruno Senna? Well, I don't know. It's difficult because no matter how well he drives, the top 4 Formula 1 teams in the constructor standings are all taken up contractually by drivers, unless Michael Schumacher retires, but it doesn't matter. So there's no space at Williams, realistically. Also, Force India have their drivers fully booked up. Toro Rosso have their drivers arranged. I can't really see anywhere for Bruno Senna to go, except backwards again, which would be a real shame for him after breaking out from Hispania there. So I think he'll have a good result at Suzuka. So that's my top 10. Pole position, Vettel, at least a Red Bull. Vettel, Mark Webber, Hamilton podium. Alonso, Jensen, Massa, top 6. Mercedes in Rosberg and Schumacher, best of the rest, 7th, 8th. Bruno Senna, good run to 9th. Very solid drive, I reckon he'll have. Incident free, of course. Aldaswari, excellent run as we've come to expect, to 10. Fastest lap, who knows? Probably Vettel. Seems to be very keen on getting all the records and those points, pole positions, most race wins, fastest laps, the youngest to do everything. So it's looking like that, but I don't mind, honestly. I don't mind terribly. It should be a fantastic race, whatever happens. It's all new for me. They'll be going at blistering speeds throughout. We've got great support formula lined up. I'm not entirely sure of the details, but the tickets dictate that there'll be a full day of racing on every day. Yeah, I think we've got some good seats. The planning, transportation and accommodation will sort of be taken care of. So looking forward to a decent race. My predictions aren't terribly imaginative, but form has been very much the same few all season, then it'd be daft not to agree with it, unless we get another wet race. And if that is the case, then someone like Jensen Button could have another good run in damp conditions. Seems to be specialising in those at the moment. And of course, what comes with a championship that's practically finished, as far as it's been decided, perhaps Vettel will sew it up in Japan, is drivers can be a bit more free and there's less on the line. They'll really go for the win. There's less to lose. They're not conserving anything. They'll just absolutely go for it. And with the addition of KERS, the tyres and the DRS, overtaking should be improved. The spectacle has generally speaking been improved in the last, certainly this year over last, and last year wasn't a bad season. So I'm very much looking forward to it. I'm going to see some great action, some great drivers, hopefully get quite close up to them and the action. Take that to pictures, hopefully video some if I can, camera permitting. Weather-wise, I've not seen the forecast. I imagine it's probably okay, but it's South Japan. It should be quite warm. It's warm the last couple of Grand Prix, bar the qualifying last year. So yeah, it's looking good. Hopefully my predictions are wrong. I've predicted rather a predictable race, and so I will win. I will look good if it's a boring and stale race. If, however, things change, reliability issues, or there's a crash or two, my predictions will be wrong, but I'll be happy because I'll have had an unpredictable race. So, got it all covered there. Very good. I'm going to have my Michael Schumacher hat. I might bring an umbrella just in case. I might bring a packed lunch because the on-site catering and alcohol may probably be very expensive. If not, I don't know if you're allowed alcohol. Yeah, I don't know. It's a new experience for me. But yeah, hopefully I'll be able to give some kind of. Hopefully I'll be able to document it quite closely, actually being there, give you a tour around the track if my camera works, and hopefully at the very least give you some kind of rundown post-race, give my reviews, verdict, experience, and give a review of my predictions. Was I right? I think I'll be fairly accurate, but again I haven't been very brave in my predictions. So I think I'll leave it there. Thanks for watching this. It's actually Singapore race tomorrow, otherwise I would have talked a bit more in detail. Maybe Vettel will have a crash tomorrow and the championship will still be open. Maybe someone will be injured in the race in Singapore and won't be taking part in Suzuka, who knows, but hopefully they'll all be there. I want to see everybody. Don't want anyone injured either. And that'll be great. Hopefully everybody will be in a good mood. The drivers like the track. I don't think there's anything worse really than the drivers turning up to the track and then complaining of something before the race even starts. And if the drivers don't want to be there, then it sets a bad tone. But it should be a very lively atmosphere. Very enjoyable. Hopefully we'll make some friends, have a bit of a party. Hopefully it'll all go well. I know a couple of friends that went to the Monaco Grand Prix and ended up celebrating in the Red Bull swimming pool. So that looked pretty good. Hopefully something similar will happen. I don't know, but hopefully we'll see the BBC team. I'm not sure. Very open-minded. Looking very good. Yeah, confident in my predictions. Hopefully I'll do a video nearer the time and of the event. But thanks for watching in the meantime. Feel free to comment and either comment on my performance in front of the camera or give your analysis on what you think might happen in Japan. Or any prospective sort of tips and advice on what to do at a Grand Prix weekend. Much appreciated, of course. Yeah, we'll see what happens in Singapore first. Very much whet my appetite for Japan. Let's hope the championship continues and let's hope we get a really good race.